What's up, everybody? Tricks Ridiculous back with another video, and I wanted to share with you today what I believe will end up being the new meta in Marvel's Avengers. Before we do, be sure to like and subscribe if you're new. Great ways to support the channel, and I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now, the footage you're seeing in the background is not my gameplay or my build. This is actually courtesy of my buddy R. Jordy on YouTube. If you don't know who R. Jordy is, you must be living under a rock. I'm going to leave his channel down in the description. Definitely go give him a sub as well. He's got fantastic builds. If you think my builds are good, his builds are on another level and they body all content in the game. So definitely check him out. But he was nice enough to let me use some of this footage. Now, there are perks in the game that may or may not be working properly, and they are these heroic charge rate perks. Now, every character has these in some way, shape, or form, and they trigger for different reasons. The one you're seeing on screen here, so Spider-Man actually gets a boost while he's in Wrecking Ball. Okay, so obviously Wrecking Ball is his ultimate. He activates it and then he has it for something like 35 seconds where he gets increased damage and all that stuff. But this is where he'll get that increased heroic charge rate. Now, the perk itself will only say something like a couple of percentage. It's usually somewhere between like 2 and 3%. However, it's really, what it actually does is like 2 or 3 times multiplier of your heroic charge. We don't know why this works this way. It is definitely not the way it is worded. However, and this is kind of why I'm making a video on this, those who are closer to the developers than I am have confirmed with the gear team that this perk is working as intended. So it is giving the appropriate amount of heroic, even though the gear piece itself, the perk, might not say that. So if anything is, quote unquote wrong here, it's that the visual on the gear is actually saying the incorrect amount. All right, so with that said, as you can tell from the background gameplay, it is absolutely broken if you're getting something like 2 or 3 times the heroic charge rate you would normally get. Generally, one heroic orb or one heroic charge burst can get you right back to get your heroic back. Now, I believe that this is going to be one of the hotter meta builds for Avengers going forward. I will say that, if you're building heavily around something like this, you may not get the absolute highest of single target DPS, but honestly, I think that's okay. I don't really think, with some single target DPS, you don't really need to go much higher. I think you can get still pretty acceptable single target damage and also just be able to stay in your super or activate your heroics over and over and over and over again. And I think that'll be more beneficial for the team in 99% of circumstances. So I can tell you right now, I'm going to be coming out with builds on pretty much every character that I find this useful on to be able to just spam your heroics non-stop. And there's some characters already that I'm thinking it's going to be more useful in than others. Like I said, some of them, they have different conditional requirements. So for example, Spider-Man's that you're seeing here is when he's in his Wrecking Ball, he can, he gets the boost, which is that's a pretty easy one because it's easy to stay in Wrecking Ball as often as possible. Other ones like Iron Man and Black Widow happen when they become overcharged, right? Or while they are overcharged. Those are also not too bad. There's definitely ways to do it. But long story short, we don't have to go down the list here, but kind of varies from character to character how to activate this and how useful it's going to be, again, depending on their heroics. But I can tell you that I believe this is extremely, extremely powerful. You don't have to just take my word for it. Just look at the gameplay that you're seeing right here. I think this is going to be absolutely meta. So I do plan, once I can get back into the game, to actually build a number of characters that are heavily utilizing this particular perk and see how it goes. But I strongly recommend that you guys go and find pieces like this. And you don't have to go crazy. I mean, I would recommend trying to do like the chest farm in Wakanda, that's a good way to get a lot of gear quick. You can also do vault key farming in the Snowy Tundra Vault, but just try to get like a plethora of loot. I generally let everything go to my vault inventory, and then I just kind of scan through for pieces that have this perk. That's the way that I've been doing it to try to get some pieces that have good rolls on this. But all I'm saying is don't let the perk itself deceive you. It's very easy to see a perk like this and think, oh, that sucks, right? But clearly the perk is misrepresented on the gear itself, and the effect is much, much greater. And like I said, the developers, the gear team developers have confirmed that it is working as intended. So don't worry, this isn't a cheese or an exploit. Don't worry that you're gonna get all this gear, make all these builds, and then they're just going to revert it on you, because they have said that it is working as intended. So anyway, just wanted to kind of bring this into the light. Plenty more to come on this, but just wanted to get this out there so you guys can kind of get ahead of the curve, try to get some of these gear pieces and test them out for yourself before it's all over the place. But anyway, that's it for me. Once again, shout out to R. Jordy, his link down in the description. Go give him a sub as well, and be sure to like this video and subscribe if you're new here. Consider joining the Discord if you're looking for LFG or just other Avengers updates and news from me. Follow me on Twitter and consider becoming a channel member as well. All those links will be down in the description. But with that, that is it for me, guys, and I will see you in the next one.